And by the way, I think what you're doing here is awesome
Well,
because
thanks.
there's not a whole lot of there's books, right? But there's
Hmm.
not a lot of tribal knowledge that just gets continuously passed to others about having kids and the responsibilities, the expectations, some of the incredible gifts, challenges, and just kind of curveballs that comes with it. So things like this go a long way, in my opinion, to helping the new dads and new uncles down the way. So very, very good.
Yeah, I feel like when I started this in college, I felt like being a new uncle, there's not a lot of different, there's not even a lot of things. It's mostly for moms out there.
Hmm.
There's a
Yeah.
lot of blogs out there and um, a lot of like interesting books out there and friends and parents out there that have a lot of interesting things for parents, but there's not a lot of things for other dads and new people that are interested into it, I guess.
Yeah. Well, even being an uncle, right? I mean,
Yeah,
great things that
but
come with that, right? Being able to rough house and have a great time, and you don't have to deal with some of the other responsibilities that come with it, but you have so much fun with it. I mean, uh, I'm an uncle to a number of nephews and nieces, and all ages, 16 right now on down, and you deal with each of them differently and independently, but it's just awesome being able to be a part in their life, in their story, and help wherever you can. Help them to, help their folks to shape them into awesome individuals.
well, that's awesome. Yeah, my nieces and nephews are very young, still in their small ages, but still,
Well, that kind of gives you a chance to play with trains and Hot Wheels and all the fun stuff you did as a kid. That being a grown up, being an adult, you're not gonna stop time in your day to play with train tracks. I'll tell you that.
no,
So
no.
when that time does come and the opportunity presents itself, man, sit your behind down, have a great time with them, be present with them, and just enjoy it. Gives you a chance to kind of slow down.
No, but I do have some questions for you though. Um,
Yeah,
so
shoot.
so tell me a little bit about yourself.
Yeah. So I'm a father of three, two boys and one newborn baby girl. Not getting a whole lot of sleep right now with baby girl, but life's an incredible gift, and she's a little miracle. So um, even if you're not getting a whole lot of sleep, the glass always needs to be half full. My wife and I've been married since 2013. She still keeps me around probably for carrying heavy things and my positive nature. So I've been in software sales for over 10 years. Uh, my friends back in high school would have absolutely laughed at that because I was the most computer illiterate individual probably in the class. So tigers can change their stripes. Um, I own a small business, so firebrand safety, supporting contractors with safety gear and supply. Um, that's really where I get a lot of my enjoyment. Is really helping other folks to stay safe in their kind of their daily grind, right? Their daily duties. But also it helps them to get home safe back to their family, which kind of ties into what we're talking about here. So very, very, excited about that. Just being able to help folks. My hobbies, a lot of coaching. So I coach football, baseball, basketball for my oldest boy, and that's just going to continue with the kids as they grow. Um, as you've seen, I also love making music. So I started Talent and Testament to make positive music, good vibes. right? Just something I could jam with my boys to while we're cruising dirt roads or going to the park or just kind of hanging out and being goofy. Started realizing some of the music that I really enjoyed didn't really have the best message attached or associated to it. So I wanted to go ahead and create messages that I thought would resonate better and put them on a, you know, help their ears hear positive messages instead of maybe something else. So, but uh, in addition, boating and just being with family and yeah, having fun. So me and the kids are outside every day. So when it comes to hobbies, I mean that's probably one of the most important things is just being with them all the time, showing them love and appreciation and presence every single day.
That's cool. I like doing that too. I write my own music as well. That keeps me
That's
going.
awesome. Yeah. Yeah, I saw some of
Um,
your stuff, man. It's cool.
um, and also I'm working on a children's book, and so that's kind of awesome too. Um,
That is very awesome. What is your message? Or are you focusing on a theme?
well, the book is a song that I wrote in college, and I wrote a couple of versions of it, but the story came from the story it's the is oh the book is the song is called Spaceship, so it's all about space. So then the whole story is all about space, and
Cool.
it's just imagination, and it's amazing. And it just came out really cool about it. It's
That's
it's
great, man.
just
Good for you. Good for you.
so
And space
so
allows you a lot of creativity, so that's great.
yeah, and it just a lot of imaginary imagination um and
Very much so.
dreams and stuff. Um so
Well, when it comes out, you'll have to let me know.
what's a day like what's a day in the life as a father though?
Busy. Busy, busy, busy. Um, so I get up early, right? Something that you learn as a father is time is generally not yours. So you need to because you have to be selfless, right? You have to take care of everybody else in your house. Um, as much or more than yourself. And so I get up early, 5 to 5:30. I work on my businesses, my music. I work on the to-dos that I need to get done before my day starts, before anybody's up. I pound coffee during this time like John Henry drives nails. Around 7 or so, I get breakfast going for my boys and kind of get the fam, moving and situated for success for the day. Um, Try to work in as much laughter and conversation in that time as I can. Generally, we'll also probably throw the football a little bit, baseball. In the house. Yes, I kind of allow some wildness in the house. Uh, that probably wasn't as allowed in my house growing up, but we've to me it's like, hey, if you're gonna do something and you want to have fun, yeah, there might be a couple things that get broken, but that's not the worst thing in the world. Um, but yeah, so then I often take some of the boys into daycare, school, that kind of thing, and then once I get back, it is go time, 100% rock and roll on work, through and through. So uh, very very minimal on distractions and those things to get as much done that way on the back half of the day when the kids are back. Um, we switch off on who does dinner, but then man, it's all outside, right? So go outside, play outside, sometimes eat outside, uh, just be present with the children, whether that's working on sports, ball skills, um, just running around, helping them drive their cars and work on their cars and um, outside chores, right? Having them drag sticks or branches that fell down or little things that they can do to help feed the fish. We got a little koi pond. Just activities that stimulate the brain, get them thinking, get them laughing, those kind of things. So, um, every day I try to spend really, really solid quality time with each of the boys. My little daughter, generally carrying her now while I'm also playing with the boys. So she's so little, we're not doing those same things yet. But with the boys, we are very, very active. Getting some really good time in the sun.
What time does she wake up?
How many times does she wake up is really the question there. So she's a decent sleeper, but she'll usually get me fussing just a little bit or maybe a little bit uncomfortable, and I try to calm her back down before mama gets up and just try to save mama from having to wake because she's going so much too. Um, but she's eating, so we're feeding her depending on what you consider bedtime, 3 times a night. So I'm feeding her the bottle, and Mama's doing her thing, and then yeah, getting up a few times just to make sure she's comfortable.
She's still a newborn, or is she's
Yeah,
still
yeah. So she's right at 2 months. So she's very very much a newborn, very very young.
my one of my friends from college just had their first um like a couple of days ago.
Well, if they see this, congratulations.
Yeah.
Babies are
I
miracles, man. Incredible.
yeah, yeah. Um so it's exciting hearing all those fun things.
Oh yeah,
Um
yeah.
mm. What's the hardest thing raising boys?
The hardest thing raising boys, knowing that they will do the things that you don't want them to do, and knowing that you can't stop them from breaking an arm, getting hurt, later in life getting their hearts broken, whatever the case may be, like they're going to do what you did, right? You can't always protect them. So, one of the tough things about raising children is just knowing that you can impart knowledge and wisdom and all these cool things and great information, direction. They're not always going to listen to it. They will not always follow that path, and that's life. I mean, that you understand it, you know it's coming, but they're going to live their life, and you need to help them live it to the fullest, knowing you're not always going to be there, for them, but you want to support them in terms of how they blaze their own trail.
Do they have a favorite activity they like to do?
Do they have a favorite activity?
Like, I know that they like football and basketball and all, but do they like anything else?
So my youngest is very driven to drive cars, play with cars, trains, planes, big trucks, construction trucks. He's mechanically minded and sound. He is kind of independent right now, kind of going through an independent streak. So he's driven, and he can do things on his own, and he really wants to try to do those things to the fullest before he gets me involved, which is kind of cool to watch, right? Watch his little brain think. My oldest, he is so driven by sports right now, and doing really really well because of heart and mind for the game. Always wanting to learn, always wanting to achieve more, to do better, to get that next rep in. So when I grew up, I was a one more time kid, is what my parents called me. He is a one more time kid. I'm seeing that in real time right now, and I'm really So he's our football in second grade football team. There's a lot of big kids that he played against, and I helped to coach on that team. But seeing him line up against some pretty big kids, it's a little bit nervous up front, nerve wracking for the parent. But then I started thinking about, okay, how can I kind of even out the playing field, so to speak, here? How can I get in his head and help him understand that size is not everything? Size is not full strength. Size is not something you should be afraid of. Because that's how I had to learn growing up. I was kind of a smaller kid until I hit my spurt, but I would start having him tackle me at home. So every night, we every night, every morning even, like we would literally play football games. So I'd have the football and I would juke and jive and I would have to, I'd make him have to figure out how to stop me, right? But then I would have him tackle me. That way he got used to tackling somebody way bigger than anybody he was going against. And then size, becomes nothing in that case. Now I tackle my dad, so I can tackle you too. And next thing you know, the amount of confidence that he showed on the football field was incredible. It's just a change in mentality. So being able to kind of figure out how you can bring confidence, infuse confidence, and do some cool things with your kids that really change just a minimal thing, but can have a big impact overall. On the other side of things, baseball. My youngest and my oldest, I I kind of raised them up hitting a baseball, like a little, uh, kind of a soft baseball with a racket, so a tennis racket instead of a baseball bat. So what it did is, you got a ball and you got a whole lot larger surface area to hit that ball, which makes them feel good because they're hitting it more, right? But then as they age, right, you trim that down to an actual baseball bat, and the mechanics are already there. They're just having to be more accurate about it, but that really quickens that pace. So it's just a lot of fun being a dad when you can see how little strategies that you employ as a dad to help your kids and give them more fun and make things easier, but like with long term impact actually plays out. So dads have so much to do with the building of their children. And I would say as a dad, it's good to always challenge yourself and make yourself think outside of the box to have even more fun and do more stuff with your kids.
Sounds sounds good. Let's see, here. Hmm. What's the most exciting about being a father?
Would you say what's the most exciting thing about being a father?
Mm,
Mm,
is that a hard one?
I want to figure out how I want to say this.
Or you can put it in a different word.
Knowing the love that you share with them is reciprocated. So for many of the relationships that you have, that's not super true, right? The love that you show is not always fully reciprocated. But with your kids, they'll show you love and express happiness at the highest level because they see what you invest into the relationship, and they will give that back to you, what you put into them.
Yeah. Do you have any crazy stories of have it?
Do I have any crazy moments? Yes. Every day is different, man. And crazy moments occur always when you least expect it. So I'll give an example about yesterday. I walk into my youngest boy's room. The humidifier knocked over. It's on its side. Okay, water everywhere. And I noticed the books were covering all the area that water was on the ground. Then I could notice that he was hiding from me. So my immediate reaction was, "What the heck happened? This is a mess, and now I gotta spend time cleaning it up." But I stopped, kind of thought about, okay, what could the causation be? Like, what drove this madness, right? And I just said, "Hey, buddy, did you knock over the humidifier on accident and then cover the water with books to hide it so you don't get in trouble?" And I hear this, "Yep." And that "yep" came from his hiding space, right? So he thought that I didn't know where he was. He didn't even think that I saw him in there. And so I would say that crazy stuff happens all the time. When crazy stuff does happen, as a parent, it's very easy for you to want to quickly do something or crack a whip or whatever the case may be, right? Just instant reaction. But what I would say is take a breath, assess the situation, see how it may make sense in their brain as to what happened and what they did in response to it, um, and then bring it up, right? Ask them. Just say, "Hey, is this the situation? Is this what's going on?" Because oftentimes you'll get a conversation out of it in honesty.
That's that. I bet that was a lot of. Hopefully, it was not a big mess to deal with.
It was a big mess. Yeah, it and the books were all covered in water, wet, some of the pages, etc. Um, took a couple towels to clean the whole thing, and you know I had him pick it up with me, and then we sat down and read some of those books. Showed him where it was wet, and I'm like, "Hey, you do realize that if books get wet, they may get broken," and those things. That way, he kind of understood the ramifications of his actions, while not just you know coming down on
Well,
him and
hopefully, you
trying to
fan
teach him.
them.
Trying to teach him. Yeah.
Well, I guess. Do you guys have a favorite movie you like to watch together? Like a kid
So favorite
movie.
movie, yeah. So we watch. So for my youngest, he kind of likes some kid shows. Um, but I would say in general, we're watching sports more than anything. So whether that's football, baseball, basketball, um, that's really where we spend our time. Watching TV. I really don't watch TV outside of sports. Um, my oldest boy is just consuming sports, uh, loves it. My youngest is getting into it, and so he's still watching, some shows outside of that. But that's kind of the driver for us. Um,
Is there a
but
sports
it's
movie?
a lot of conversation, and that's what I like about it. Generally, when you're watching a movie, everybody's like, "Oh, shh, shh." Well, during sports, you get to converse, you get to talk, you get to teach, and banter back and forth. So that's what I enjoy about that.
Is there like a sports movie that you like to watch? The figure.
Sports movie? Oof. Um,
There's several, but
Ru- oh, so many, so many. Rudy was always one that I loved growing up, and still do, because there's so much positive message within that movie. Um, I would say so. Another one that I like is not for kids, but The Fighter. So The Fighter is about Mickey Ward, a boxer that wasn't necessarily uh, the typical boxer, and kind of had a different life coming up, hard work, some struggle, but overcame and had some of the best stinking fights in the late 90s, early 2000s that you could find, period. I've got one of his gloves signed over here. He signed it Mickey Ward the Fighter. And that's like, what's the commonality between Rudy and Mickey Ward? Fight, man. I mean, life is not easy. And you got to overcome a lot. Every single day you got to have things that you overcome, and you always try to get better. You always try to improve. You can't let other people, push you around. You can't let other people uh, scare you. You have to be stronger. You have to be mentally fortified to achieve the things that you want to achieve. And uh, toughness is at the foundation of both of those movies, and that's what I love about them.
That's cool. Never seen that movie before.
It's a good one. It, like I said, maybe not for kids, but it's
Mm.
but it's got some really good themes. Overcoming challenge, rising
This is
above.
a funny
That's what
one,
drives me.
but what's your favorite animal if you have one?
mm, my favorite animal. So as a kid, my favorite animals were the cheetah for speed and agility, and a lion for ferocity and power. So my mom's uh, maiden name is Lion, and so I always was attracted to that, right? Um, but I would also say, with today being a sad day, in a regard, I would say that my spirit animal is Chuck Norris. So I was just hearing about him on his 86th birthday. He said, "I don't age, I level up." And man, what an awesome mentality that is, right? Guy's just awesome. So prayers to him and his family. But yeah, Chuck Norris. Sad day with him passing, but uh, yeah, pretty cool guy. Now I will say this: me and the wife, we take the boys to the zoo quite often, and man, we probably have the most fun just being goofy, making faces, dancing around when we're looking at the monkeys back and forth, right? And then they love feeding the giraffes. So my boys love the monkeys, the giraffes, probably the lions as much, or the elephants as much as anything.
I do like the drafts. I'm never.
Totally, yeah.
They have they have some interesting. They're beautiful. They're long, and I never fed them, but that would be really cool. Um,
Depending on the zoo, you might be able to feed them lettuce sometime, and that in itself doesn't matter if you're a kid or a grown up, man. That's fun.
the last time I went to the zoo with my nieces and nephews, and went on the train to go around the zoo. That was last summer. It was totally
Nice.
very hot. Uh,
Sure.
and we went into the new went to see uh the new area that's where you call seal the like the what I don't know the name of it, but this all the like the creatures. I don't know what the new creatures that they were showing off, but it
So
was
good.
fun. But
It's always a good day going to the zoo, man. Always.
it was hot though.
Well,
Um,
they're concrete jungles, right? I mean,
yeah.
they make the wild exhibits, but man, there's concrete everywhere. So yeah, that the heat shoots up pretty quick.
Um, do you have any questions for me?
What drove you to start the podcast? And
Um,
I know that you have nephews and nieces and those things, but uh, like what was the seed that that drove you to put something together that would bring together uncles and fathers?
I just wanted a place for just meeting people and just wanted a place to become friends with everyone, just learn about
Yeah,
different things. Because everyone has a story to tell, and I want to learn about it.
yeah.
I
No,
mean,
it's
there's several things about adoption and fostering, and just want to learn about it.
yeah,
And one day I would love to have a child. So there's that, and so
dude. It is the coolest thing in the world. It's the
so
coolest thing in the world. But being a
it's
dad, it you become you have to realize that there's a point where you have to really start protecting and taking care of them and spending the time and quality and love and attention and focus on them, um, more so than yourself, right? You do kind of become selfless and more concerned with their needs over yours, and that's not a bad thing. That's a great thing, right? A lot of learning comes from that. A lot of growing comes from that. But couldn't I couldn't say that there's anything that I've ever done that's better than being a dad.
yeah. And I'm doing my thing is taking care of myself first and doing that and getting that taken care of before I start doing being a I'm still single, still sure I haven't found the right person yet. So
Yeah,
when that
it'll happen,
time
man,
comes, we'll be ready.
for sure. Well, and you're putting yourself in a good position of success, right? You're you're learning from individuals that have gone through it, and everybody looks at it differently, and you're learning from people that you can, kind of take something here, and then kind of mix it in your own pot of whatever the right stew is, and and kind of have your own ways of being the best father that you can be, the best uncle that you can be. That's that's the cool thing that you're doing here is not just for you, but also you're employing that for other people that this could also support in those same ways. So yeah, put yourself in a great position for success there.
Yeah. And it's something I have to do. And living with my health and my health is it's kind of taking over now and I need to take care of my health first and that's what I have to do to
Yeah.
so
Well, I mean, hey, strong body, strong mind, right? You always got to take care of your body, and you've always got to make sure that your mind is as strong or stronger than the body.
mm,
The mind drives everything else. So, um, understanding what you have, understanding the gifts that God's putting on your plate, and realizing that everybody has unique challenges and difficulties and whatever they may be for you or somebody else, knowing that there's always something to find that can lead to positivity. There's always an angle of positivity and love that can get you through the most terrible or difficult of situations. And just knowing the cup is half full and not allowing other things to drive that mind in a different direction. That's where that strength of mind comes into play.
yeah. Well, before you go, what does your wife like at the zoo? Does she have a favorite animal?
I would say my wife's favorite thing at the zoo is probably the train because she gets to sit down and relax. She's pushing or rodeoing uh two boys and now a little girl. So that's a lot of motion, movement, and managing. So that's what I would say would be her favorite. But um I know she enjoys the train. She, I think, probably likes the giraffes as much as anything too, because of the feeding, right? Just being able to personally get close with such a large, impressive, and beautiful creature, uh, to feed him. I mean, that's just unique. There's not many places that would allow you to do something like that. So, um, yeah, it's kind of a majestic thing in the middle of a zoo. So that's one of her favorite things, and certainly one of her favorite things to watch our boys do.
So I got to talk to your friends. That's how we got to
Yeah,
meet. And that's cool. So
sure. And one of the most upstanding individuals that I've ever met, and we've had tough times that we've both helped each other overcome. And uh, when it comes to just when it comes to friends, right? When you when you think about who you are, you kind of see who you are through your friends, and that's how that relationship is with me and Chad. So he, um, you know, probably known him for 25 years, maybe more, middle school, and uh, when I told you about the strength in mind and overcoming challenges, he overcame a lot of challenges. I overcame a lot of challenges, and that's really, I think, where we kind of fuse and realize, hey, man, you're a pretty tough guy. You're like mind, your mind and clarity and what you want to do, what you want to achieve, and being strong and how you want to make that outcome. Like that's, I think, what kind of drove us really close. And I knew he'd be a great dad, right? So like what we're talking about here, the friends that I'm really close with are very, very good dads. And when you kind of take a microscope and you're like, who you are is kind of who your friends are. Well, I'm happy about that, right? Because the guys that I'm really close with, um, would be there for me in an instant, and they are very good with being dads and just doing the right thing and always being there for their kids.
that's great. And that's good. I have a friend from college that we did radio together. We
Nice.
and um hey we have he um his name is Austin as well. And
Sounds
that's
like a
how
great guy.
and we did radio together for about 3 years in college. And we had our show together, and it was called Two Guys in a Sound System. And
Nice.
now my show is One Guy in a Sound System, because it's just myself.
Was it like talk? Was it like a talk radio
Uh,
kind of show, or did you guys infuse music, or what'd you
it
do?
was music. We did a lot of interviews with celebrities and um
Nice.
people from Kansas City and people from Los Angeles, because I knew some people.
Sounds like a fun show.
Yeah, it was fun. And I still do it from now. I have I just still do the uncles and fatherhood, and then I still do One Guy in the Sound System. And I still
Good.
work, and I do on the side. I work with people with disabilities, so that's on the side. So for best buddies.
Super cool.
So
That's awesome,
that
man.
so that just keeps me going.
Well, but what are you doing? You're sharing your time, your love,
And
your
my
passion, your zest
support.
for life with others.
Yeah,
That's great.
yeah, yeah,
All
yeah,
probably while being very, very easy to communicate with people, right? I mean,
yeah.
doing what you do, you talk for a living, and that's not easy for a lot of people.
You know,
So for you to be in those situations probably makes it a really nice thing for other people that aren't used to talking a whole lot, you know.
Um,
So good for you, man.
oh, thanks. Thanks. Yeah, it's a lot of work.
Communication is
It's
huge.
a it's a lot of work working with all special needs kids, but it's still fun getting out in the world, spending time with them. But
Amazing. It's amazing.
but well, I'll let you go so you can get back to the groove of being the father. But I'll let you I'll let you know when this is all up later this week, and I'll let you go. But
No, it
thanks.
sounds great. Hey,
Um,
Daniel, thank you very much, man. Really appreciate it. And it was great getting to talk with you.
you too. Bye.
Catch you later.